Well, welcome back to Scouting for History. A quick hunt today on this kind of a big yard. But let's see what we can find. This house is from 1900, but this corner has been here since colonial times. So hopefully we can find something old. Let's go. Street here next to the house, and this street was a wagon trail all the way back to colonial times, so this road's been here a long time. Right across the street is a colonial era spring house, and the spring, well, when the spring is active, we've had a drought lately, the spring would come down here and run off down there. Now back up until 1900 when this house was built, there was a pond right here for the farm, but the pond was removed when the house was put in. So we could find stuff going back to colonial times if we're lucky. So let's see. And the first signal of the day, the wheat penny. On to the next. Well, it's a little clump. It's probably just a wheat penny. Yep. I had my hopes up because it was ringing up pretty high. And it's not. It's a memorial. It's a copper memorial, but it's a memorial. Whoops. Throw it back in the ground. On to the next. And it's junk. Well, I was getting a high 40 signal, and I got a glimpse of something down here, so I turned the camera on. Oh. And it's just another one of these Sunoco tokens. Ugh. I saw a flash of shiny. I got excited. Oh well. On to the next. Well, I'm not sure whether it's just a piece of junk, but I'll clean it up and see if it's anything interesting. It was something at one time. On to the next. Well, and the second aluminum token for the day, it's in pretty bad shape. I'll clean up and see if I can't figure out what it was. On to the next. Well, finally something interesting anyway. It was a pin at one time. I'll clean it up, you'll see it right here. Looks like the Liberty Bell on there or something. Not sure what it was. On to the next. Well, I had my hopes up for an Indian. It was Indian numbers, but it's an old green wheat penny. The early wheat pennies were made of the same material as the Indians, so they ring up low. Well, on to the next. And now just a few feet away, ringing up like an Indian. It is an Indian. Outstanding. First old coin of the day. Let's see if there's more. Well, that first Indian was right here, and now right here, I'm getting the same signal. Let's see. It seems to have disappeared. I might have missed it. but it's not. I think it's a tiny little button. Yep, a little design on it. Well, I'll take a little button. That's a cool design. On to the next. That was a tough signal down in the ground. I mean, it was a good signal. It was just the detector couldn't center on it. And I believe I have a toy gun here. Yep, definitely. I'll clean it up. You'll see it right here. Bang, bang. On to the next. Well, it looks like a tiny little piece of silver hollowware. This would have been for, I don't know. When they're bigger, they're usually for like a hairbrush or a mirror or something. That is the tiniest little piece I've ever seen. I'll clean it up. You'll see it right here. Hey, at least it's silver for the day. On to the next. Well, I found a colonial kids toy. Doesn't look all that old. Plastic on the bottom. Looks like a Hot Wheels. Yep, Hot Wheels. On to the next. Well, and now a two-piece button. Looks like it's got an anchor on it. Had an iron back, I think. I'll clean it up. You'll see it right here. That might be military. Might just be a civilian coat button with an anchor on it. On to the next. Well, that's going to do it for today. You know, sometimes you do your research and you find a place that's old, has some history, has all the makings of a great site. It just doesn't work out. That's the way it goes with metal detecting, but I got another permission lined up. I went here instead of there. Let's see how that does next time. On to the next.